What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. So in this video, we're going to be talking about pirate level, how to increase your account's pirate level. Now, why would you want to be increasing your pirate level on your account? There are actually a few reasons for why you would go ahead and do that. So by increasing your pirate level, you do get a few things on your account. Number one, every time you level up and you are on an even level, so 100, 102, 104, etc., you get increased team cost. Now, team cost is pretty important, especially with more recent updates, like with support effects, etc. Especially if you are really low leveled. Getting your account leveled up is really important because it increases the amount of Sugo Fest exclusives, raids, treasure maps, other high cost characters that you can fit on your team. And this also goes for support, as I just mentioned. By having an increased team cost, you can go ahead and have a lot more characters on your team. So in this circumstance right here, this is just a team that I whipped together that is able to have all the different slots are filled with 6+ characters, and that obviously is going to give you a cost of 650. There aren't too many situations where you're going to need specifically 650 cost, but once you get to that stage, you pretty much can run any team that you want. Cost does not really matter at this point. So you want to be reaching a reasonably high cost. You don't need to reach specifically 650, but you just know that when you're around about that cost, you don't really need to worry. You can see I've got 999 cost, so I don't need to worry about anything for a long time. And every time I level up on an odd level or on an even level now, it basically is pointless for me. But what do you get if you level on an odd level? Every time you level up and it's an odd level, so hypothetically 101, 103, 105, etc., you increase your account's maximum stamina pool. So on my screen right here, you can see that I have 492 maximum stamina. Increasing your stamina is also very important because it means that whenever there's a new raid boss out, a new Coliseum, or a timed event like a Blitz battle, for example, every time you're using a gem to refill your stamina, if you choose to do that, it means that your gems are so much more valuable, right? So every time you're leveling up, you're getting more stamina for it. So it makes a lot of sense. So if you have the opportunity to do it, farm up more pirate EXP. Now, you may be asking, how do you do that? If you are a high-leveled player, or you guys are in the community, on Discord servers, on the Reddit, you probably already know how to do this, but this is going to be good for a lot of people out there. How do you level up very quickly? Now, there are a couple things you do need to note. The specific quest that we do level up on is very easy, so it doesn't even matter what characters you have. It's an extremely easy quest, but there are ways to enhance the amount of EXP that you will earn to ultimately make this whole progress just much faster, right? So this is going to be the team that I'm going to be showing you guys. There are actually a couple of teams I want to show you guys in this video today. This is probably the most optimal team and the fastest way to get pirate EXP. Something else to note as well, that the ship that you select for your team is also very important. And this is why I wanted to make this video right now, because this is the best ship for it. 3 times EXP. This is the best opportunity to go ahead about it, even throughout other event periods where you don't have a 3 times EXP ship. You can still do this, but obviously it's going to be much harder to level up. So this is another example of a good ship that you could use, the Flying Dutchman. This is available in the Rayleigh's Bazaar. I think it's available literally 24/7 for 7,500 Rayleigh points. I wouldn't really suggest this ship, but if you don't have any other EXP boosting ship, it is not too bad. It gives you 1.5 EXP. Then if you have the Ho ship, which is the best ship in the game in my personal opinion, it has a lot of beneficial effects, but mainly you can see there, it gives you 1.75 times EXP earned. So this is the ship that you'll mainly be using, but if you don't have it, then you wait for it to come back in the unlockable missions and use the Flying Dutchman until that point. Or whenever the event ship is out, like the new boosted Special Sunny ship, you want to be using this. Now, I want to go ahead and jump onto Extra Island and just show you guys how this actually works, because we can talk about it forever, but until you see how it works, it's going to be a little bit difficult to understand. So we go to the Power Up tab on Extra Island. We scroll all the way to the side and we go into the booster quests. Now, in this specific folder, you'll be able to see all of the turtle islands for the different colors. Now, in my experience, I've found it best to be farming the red turtles, specifically with this team, where you will manually be playing. Now, there is another team that I want to showcase that just does it automatically for you. So every time you enter the island, you click the auto button and it runs through it for you. But in this circumstance first, I want to show you guys the team that I use in order to farm it as fast as possible if I have the time to focus solely on the game to get me as much pirate EXP as possible. Now, even if you don't have Legend Jack, I will be showing you guys some alternatives later on in the video, so don't worry about that. Obviously, we want to run 2 times stamina because double stamina is going to be giving us, you know, double the amount of EXP, so it's just making it a lot faster. There's no real reason to run single stamina. The main reason why this is the best quest for it is because it gives you so much EXP for such little stamina. So with the double stamina runs, it's only 20 stamina, and you'll see how much EXP that we can actually get from this. So this, okay, in this circumstance here, I do have to say a couple things as well. On this island, there is a chance that you will encounter the hidden boss. This is the hidden boss, where it's just the Elder Turtle by himself. If you get the Elder Turtle on stage 1, or you do not get the Elder Turtle at all throughout the entire run, then you get more EXP for clearing the quest. If you get the hidden boss turtle on stage 2, 3, or 4, you will get slightly less EXP for it. I don't know why it's structured that way, but that's the way it's structured. As we can see here, we're on stage 1. We got the hidden boss, which is just the solo Elder Turtle by himself. So in this quest, we're probably going to be getting around 112,000 EXP upon clearing, which is fantastic. So how does the team work? First of all, you can see that we have a lot of things going on. We have the Coliseum Kid, which is completely maxed out, ready to go, because after you rainbow him out with his limit break, he does have the special cooldown effect. Then we've got Elizabeth. Now, Elizabello is rainbowed maxed special skill. This is pretty important. I do have him with max cotton candies. I don't know if cotton candies are required for this character. If you have him, you probably should give him cotton candies anyway. But that is also very important. And then we have the maxed limit break on Treasure Map NL and the maxed limit break on Bowling Zora. Bowling Zora is replaceable. I think 3-Day 2-Year Robin is a good example of another character you could potentially use. But this is just the team that I've been using. So this is how it works. First of all, we're going to go ahead and use the Kid Special, which does damage and applies the end of turn damage buff. Here, you can see we got it for 2 turns. Now, upon activating that, it actually reduces the NL cooldown by a lot. And also, the Sailor effect of the Bowling Zora reduces his own cooldown every time another special is launched. So we can just pass the turn here, and then with his damage, we can go ahead and clear the stage. Then moving on to stage 2, we actually still have the end of turn damage buff, so we can just once again wait. The end of turn damage will just roll through and clear the stage. Now, by doing that, we're going to make it to stage 3, and now we're going to be using the Elizabello special. Now, this is why I said the strength turtles are the best for this, because if we launch the Kid special on stage 1, and it actually KOs all the enemies just when you activate the special, not the end of turn damage, but you know how Kid, when you first launch it, it does a bit of damage to the enemies? If that actually wave clears all the turtles, you'll actually lose a turn of stall, which means that when you launch the Elizabello special here, it actually won't kill the Elder Turtle, which is a bit of a problem. So that's why I recommend farming the strength one if you do choose to run this. You don't have to if you don't want to, but in my experience, I found it always to be a bit better just to run strength turtles with Coliseum Kid as a sub on these teams. So Elizabello special, we'll go ahead and kill all those turtles there. We do get the special cooldown ready to go for NL. We'll launch his special to wave clear the enemies once again, and now Bowling Zora will be ready, and if you don't know what he does 1,000 fixed damage to all enemies, which is really, really good. So we're going to go ahead and launch that, and then that's it. It's cleared. That's how easy it is. And remember, this only costed 20 stamina to clear, and you guys will see how much EXP we'll get from this. Now, not only do you get just EXP for doing this, you can actually get a crap load of turtles from doing this, so you can level up your entire character box, which I've already done. Or you can sell the turtles to get a lot of berries, which, as you can see, I do have a lot of berries. And I actually just got a level up from that as well, which is fantastic. 112,000 EXP, and you can do what you want with this. You could keep them, you can sell them, you can do what you want. So that's an example of one team that's able to work. The next team I want to show you guys is an Otter Farming team. So you can go ahead and do this, like if you want to be doing something else, but you still want to be farming EXP. This is also another team here. So in this example, we're still using Jack as the captain. Obviously, he's the best EXP boosting captain. I will go through some other alternatives after we do this clear here. But with this, we're just running out just really high power strength characters. I am running Mondor. Someone suggested this on stream to me, which actually made a lot of sense. He's actually got a really good crewmate effect, which makes quick orbs beneficial to your strength and psi characters if your captain is strength or psi. So in this situation, our strength characters will never have a negative slot. And then also we are running Zephyr here. Now Zephyr can be replaced with whatever you want, just as long as they have a Sailor effect that adds tap timing bonus damage. Just makes it a lot easier. Other examples could be Kung Fu Luffy. Toadskii, or another one would be like V3 Kuzan. Those types of characters which have a lot of tap timing bonus. I think V1 Shanks upon his limit break also has something like that. There are plenty of characters that can do it. We've also got Bullet and Snake Man, but not required. They just need to be high power strength characters. So let's go back to Extra Island. And we'll run through with this auto. Now, because we are mainly focusing our team to be strength, we want to go ahead and target the Dex turtles this time. And when we click the auto button, you guys will see how the tap timing works. And this is why we have Zephyr in that specific spot on our team, because when we run the auto button, Zephyr will be the last character to attack, and usually by the time you reach that point, the turtles will be already dead. So let's see if we get the hidden boss on stage 1 once again. It'd be awesome if we're able to. Do we get it? We do not. Okay, so now we're just going to click the auto button and the game is going to run through it for us. So as I said, it's going to run through auto. It's going to do from top to bottom, from right to left. So it goes from Jack, Snake Man, Bullet, Jack, Montdor, then Zephyr. So that's the way that this team is just ultimately working out. Now, as I said, this is something that you can do if you are wanting to do something else, and you can come back to it every so often just to make sure you're going over to the next clear. You got to make sure you click the auto button, which is really, really annoying. It just would have been nice if the game just like registered. If you click the auto button last run, it can just automatically have it set to auto, because every time you enter a new quest, you're retrying the quest, you have to keep clicking the auto button every time the quest starts, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, JP doesn't even have a retry feature yet in their game, so Global, I guess, kind of ahead in that you know, department, I suppose, but it is what it is. So like, this one does clear it relatively quick as well, but I do suggest, if you have the time to focus on the game, to run the manual team, the team that we just showed before, because it is much faster, because you can tap through it and just make it a lot faster. But this team does actually clear it relatively quick as well. So if you don't have Legend Jack, there are a couple of replacements, especially for free-to-play. There are free-to-play replacements, or even summonable replacements. Well, there is a summonable replacement, but the free-to-play ones are just as good. So we'll talk about them, right? So we can go over to the crew menu real quick. And we can go ahead and talk about this. So if we scroll over to the end, this is the team here. It's essentially the same team that we just built, but instead of Jack as the captain, just hypothetically if you didn't have him, we're running this Neptune instead. This is the Neo Coliseum Neptune, or the EX Coliseum Neptune, and the main reason why I would suggest him is because not only is he a 1.5 times EXP boosting captain, Legend Jack is 2 times, he's actually a striker character. That's really important because it means that Kid Special will be able to activate. Your captain does need to be a striker or a shooter in order for you to get the his special to activate. Now, if you don't have an EXP boosting captain that's a striker or a shooter, you would have to run something similar to this, where you're just tapping, and that still works. It's just very slightly slower from my findings. So let's go ahead and just have a look at some other characters that you could potentially use. So if we go down to the ints, like, there are some free-to-play characters that they've actually released throughout time where they are EXP boosting captains, like this guy right here. I think most people would have this Trafalgar Law. I think they give them out for free with every account these days. But his captain effect is a 1.2 times EXP boosting captain. So it's a lot less compared to the Neptune that we just showed, and a lot less to Legend Jack. But if you don't have any of those other Neptunes or Jack, it is going to be your next best thing here. Now, another character that you could use, it's a very difficult character to pull. Not many people have this specific unit. But this character right here, the Summer Perona, is a shooter character which works well with Kid, and she is a 1.5 times EXP boosting captain. So that is also another valid unit you could use. And then there's also the old school unit, the very first major EXP boosting captain, which was the original Neptune. Unfortunately, he is not a striker or a shooter, so you can't get Legend Kid to really work with this guy. But still, a 1.5 times EXP boosting captain. He's a strength unit, so you can run a full strength team with a tap timing bonus sailor, like we just showed just a minute ago, and that will also get the job done. Now, I don't know if these are the most optimal teams, but from what I've found and what from other people have said, this does seem to be probably the fastest team for farming, your pirate EXP. So ultimately, make sure you have your EXP boosting captains, make sure you select the right ship. So in this circumstance, because we are in a special event period, we've got the 3 times EXP ship, and you can farm EXP for a very, very long time. I think up until in the 800s or something, you can literally continuously farm EXP without having to waste any of your stamina. So it's a great opportunity to go ahead and farm this up. So hopefully this helped you guys out. Hopefully you understand a little bit more and why it's so important to level up up your pirate level on your account, you'll get to a certain point where it really doesn't matter anymore. I mean, I'm probably in that vein as well. Like, me leveling up at this point doesn't really matter, but I'm really want to reach pirate level 1000 personally, so that's going to be my goal, hopefully to reach that before the end of the year. Don't know if I'll be able to do it, but would be awesome if that could happen. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to stay up to date with all the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.